Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, beginning of week 3. So I'm just working on breakfast here with a new meal plan. So I got oatmeal, this breakfast casserole that I made with egg whites, chicken sausage, potatoes, and some low-fat cheese, and then some bacon. This was an experiment with the recipe. It tastes pretty good. I tasted it already. But it's actually like way lower fat and higher protein than I need. Makes it a little harder to fit into my macros than I thought. So it's good though. I'm gonna eat this for a couple days, make it work. But I know how to tweak this recipe to make it fit better with what I'm gonna need. But it's going pretty good. So no lifting today, just normal meal prepping, grocery shopping, doing some stuff around the house. Nice little rest day. But I'm gonna dig into this and get going with the day. All right, meal 2. I got burgers that I meal prepped today. These are the Dave's Killer hamburger buns, and then potatoes that I just sliced up and put in the air fryer. And a little bit of ketchup, but this is perfect meal 2. Some water. After I eat this, I'm gonna go to Sam's for the shopping for the week. I just need to buy some chicken and some few things for some, a few things for around the house. Then when I come home, I'll meal prep a little bit more to make sure my meals for Monday are good to go. And then maybe mow the lawn or something. Then that'll be it for the day. But when I do meal prep, I don't like to do like the whole week at a time for a couple reasons. One, then the fridge is completely full. And I'm not the only person in this house, right? So I don't want to take up all of the fridge space just for my stuff. Also, 2, as food starts to sit a couple days in the fridge, even if it's still okay to eat, it's just a little funky. Maybe it's a me thing. I just starts to taste worse the days go. So I try to not, like do the whole week at a time, but I'll do, maybe a couple days, or at least have kind of ingredients done, like the hamburgers. I had this huge packet of hamburger meat, so I did all of it. So that'll last me for a few days, but I won't like assemble the meals and have them all sit together. Just kind of as they're ready, I'll put them together and then and kind of go from there. And it helps keep it from getting that kind of that weird funky been sitting in the fridge for 3 days kind of thing going on. So anyway, that's how I like to handle meal prep, and that's how I'm going to be handling this meal prep as long as it works. I have a half day on Monday when it comes to work. So I'll be able to come home and then prep my meals Monday afternoon for Tuesday. Tuesday, I'll be there all day. So, but I'll have that time in the week. If I didn't have time in the week, I'd probably prep, like the whole week's worth of food, or, at least through Wednesday or something like that, to give me a head start. But since I'm going to be able to be at home, I really just need to have like first half of Monday, like prepped and ready to go. And then Monday afternoon and evening, I will get Tuesdays all ready to go in the fridge so I can just take them with me when I go to work, because I'll be there all day. But hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm gonna dig right into this. Good morning, it is Monday. We're locking in diet today. The plan is all set, and it's just a matter of executing and keeping the training going good. So first meal here, I've got my breakfast casserole, added some regular bacon to it because fat content was too low. I was a little too worried about going over and made it way too lean. So added some bacon to it to get my fat content up. And then bowl of oatmeal. I'm gonna add a little bit of ketchup onto the casserole here that I'm not gonna track, but I will post the macros on here. I forgot to look it up before I started filming this, but this is meal number one. I'm gonna eat 4 meals today. So this is meal number one, and we got a training day today. So week 3, kicking it off, locking in, and the plan for this diet should get me to where I need to be in the next 8 weeks, which put me about two weeks out from competition to maintain. So that's the plan. But you know, it's up to me to actually stick to it. So eating is always the hardest part for me. That's why being a super heavyweight is so easy, is I don't have to worry about it. But time to get serious about it. So I'm gonna dig in, get to work. Got some clients this morning, and I'll see you at the next meal. What's up, everybody? About to get workout going. Pre-workout in here. Pre-workout pump product and creatine, like every time so far. I'm gonna drink this while I am writing out my workout. So just to give you guys a little bit of an idea about how I do this, I love to write stuff down like old-fashioned style, pen and paper. I log all this stuff in here. That's just how I've liked to track my workouts basically since I started doing it. I have logbooks all the way back from when I was in college and stuff like that, that I keep around. I just like to write it down. Now I do a lot of like planning though here on the computer. So I have a spreadsheet here where I have logged out my weeks, and I have kind of like the description of like what I'm doing written out on here, and then I write like the specifics down in the notebook before I start the workout, and then this is what I use. So like for example, today I've got that I gotta hit a heavy squat 5 sets of 2 at 80%, heavy log 3 sets, 90, 92.5, and 95%, just three singles. And then the assistance work that I'm gonna do, and I don't write out all of the exercises, but it's assistance like A2. And so I then have what like list of exercises that is. And then I also have what like each week what the assistance work looks like, because it's not just random, right? So I kind of have it like sort of phases. So that is kind of how I structure this. I plan out like the big ticket stuff here, and then I write the specifics down in the notebook, and then this is what I look back at and stuff like that. Then this way I just kind of have it gridded out. I can see it all. I then highlight the week with green when I'm done with it, move on to the next, so I know right where I'm at when I look at it. And this also gives me a little bit of time for this to kick in, because I'm sitting here scribbling in this. Once I finish this up, I'll do my walk, do my normal warm-up stuff, and I'll be ready to go. It's kind of like my pre-workout ritual, is I sit down, write it out, and then I get after it, and then I just keep notebooks around. So maybe one of these days I'll go back and look through the notebook, because it's one of those most important things. Anytime I start to get a little discouraged, or anybody, this can be true for anybody, but you know, especially now that I'm trying to do more stuff online and post more, and I know I'm in nowhere near being elite in any of this stuff, you know, and you can sometimes get discouraged looking at what other people are doing, what you're doing, how old they are when they did it, you know, things like that. Then you go look back at your own logbook and you're like, oh wow, you know, like, you know, months ago, years ago, this is what I could do, and then now I'm doing way more. I had a Facebook memory pop up probably like a couple months ago, but I talked about like, oh, I did like, you know, a couple sets of 3 of overhead press with like 145 pounds, and it like, oh, how hard it was or whatever. And then, you know, I'm doing, you know, multiple sets of multiple reps with over 200 pounds on like a log now and stuff like that. And so looking at that and being like, whoa, like there's been this huge improvement. Can help keep you motivated when you get a little discouraged, too much of the comparison game online and stuff like that. So I never really had much of that problem, but as I'm being more online now and trying to be, I'm trying to be really proactive to not fall into any of that stuff, because I can see how easy it would be to fall into that comparison game a little bit too much. But all right, I'm gonna drink this, we're gonna get this written out, then we're gonna jump right into the warm up, and I'm done with work for the day, so I'll be heading home after this. It's been a busy end of last weekend, and today, you know, tax time. If anybody owns a business, you understand. I just filed my taxes and sent it away, and that always is a real kick in the pants. But it's good. It's part of you know, life, and you know, the way that I look at it is I had to pay in more taxes this year because I made more money this year. So business is growing, which is a positive. So a lot of that work getting done. I'm happy to be done with clients for the day, so I'm going to get this workout in. It's my last big obligation of the day, and then I get to go home and, you know, maybe do some stuff around home, or maybe just relax. We'll see. Got a super busy day on Tuesday. I'll be here all day. I probably won't go home at all till I'm done. So I got a meal prep tonight, this afternoon, to make sure I've got food for all day Tuesday. But shouldn't be too bad. Should be a nice afternoon at the house. A few things to do, and then be able to just sit around and relax. So that's the plan. All right, but I'm gonna drink this up, write this down. We're gonna jump right into it. I've said that like 100 times. I'm gonna actually do it now. See you guys in a sec. Home for the day. Grilling up some chicken thighs here on the flat top. This is going to be meal prep for the next few days. I'm going to eat some of this for my third meal, which I'll show here after I'm done. It's going to be this and some of that yellow rice that I cooked yesterday. Then the rest of this will go into the fridge for the rest of the week for me to portion out as needed. I'm going to make another big batch of yellow rice tonight. I'm going to throw it in the rice cooker. I've got like a delay timer. Throw it in the rice cooker right before I go to bed. And then it'll kick in and cook and be fresh rice in the morning that I'll portion out to take with me to work, since I'll have to have almost all my meals with me at work tomorrow. And then But yeah, this will be kind of in the fridge for me to dig at and portion out as needed. That's how I like to meal prep. Do a bunch of bulk ingredients and then put them together to make meals as I go, as opposed to having like locked in meals that like have no flexibility flavor wise, right? I'm going to be really, really strict on the macronutrients, the proteins, fats, and carbs. But as far as flavor combinations and stuff, I want to be able to have flexibility that'll keep me from burning out too fast. So this is one of the ways I like to do that. Prep a couple meats, have a couple ideas about carbohydrates, and then just, slot them in as needed to fit the macros required for each meal. So that's the plan. Putting together dinner and also the last bit of meal prep for tomorrow. So here I've got rice in my rice cooker. This thing's got the delay timer on it that I mentioned before. So I just put this thing in here, and then I hit my rice button, hit delay start, how many hours I want to delay it. And then it will kick itself on. It'll beep at me that it accepts my delay start time. That's it beeping right there. And then this is set, so that way about 5 a.m. it'll kick on, cook the rice. I'll wake up. I don't have to be at work as early tomorrow, which is nice. So it's a full day, but it doesn't start as early. But this will be hot and ready rice at 6 a.m. and I can portion it out to my meals that I need to take with me, and then some meals that I'll eat at home for dinner when I come home at the end of the night. But so that's all set. Waiting on my last bit of food in the air fryer, making some home fries. I'll show you that meal when it comes all together, once that comes out, which will be in a few minutes. All right, here is dinner. I got home fries, burger with Dave's Killer Bread bun, slice of cheese, ketchup for the fries. I didn't track the ketchup. One of these, flavored water, 0 calories, and I didn't quite have enough potatoes for what I needed. So to get my carb count to where I need it to be, get to have one of these. It's pure carbs, just sugar, but this will get me exactly where I need to be. Delicious dinner. Basically have the appetite of a 6-year-old. But this is the last meal of the day. I'm gonna eat this, hang out, go to bed, and we'll be up getting after it tomorrow. All right, everybody, it's Tuesday morning. Got one client down. It's time for breakfast. I got my meals here with me today. So I've got some instant oatmeal. I just need to add a little bit of water, throw that in the microwave. That'll be good to go. And I've got my breakfast casserole right here. A little bit of extra cheese added to it to get the macros to match what I need. No bacon today. My fat for today is a little bit lower than it was on yesterday. Since it's a non-training day, my macros are a little bit lower. The carbs and the fats are a little bit lower. Protein stays about consistent. So that's why that looks a little bit different. So I'm just gonna get this warmed up in my microwave here and eat this. And then I've got, 2 more meals with me that I'll eat here probably, and then 1 more that I'll eat at home tonight. No lifting today. Gonna hit a couple short walks, maybe a long one. I might throw the weighted vest on, go for a ruck, and do my mobility. I'm not gonna do the rice bucket on my rest days anymore, since that's now one of my movements in my accessory rotation that I'll do on actual lifting days. So all I got to do is keep my steps up really high, get in some walks, and do my little mobility routine that I do. So if anybody has any good ideas for like mobility and stretching routines, I'm like not very creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I would be open to any anything that you guys have to work into my mobility, to work on my flexibility a little bit. I'm not trying to be like doing splits or anything, but just increase my flexibility, make sure I don't get too tight, especially in my upper body and my shoulders and stuff like that. I want to make sure I maintain some good mobility up there. So if anybody has any ideas, I would welcome that kind of stuff. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. It's a great Tuesday. Week's off to a good start. Feeling good on the diet, feeling super full. Lost weight from day 1 to day 2. Obviously, mostly it's just, I ate like an idiot over the weekend while I was getting this settled. I was like, oh, I'll kind of eat half of what I'm supposed to, half free eating like a maniac. So a lot of it's bloat, water weight, stuff like that. But I'm feeling super full. I'm not feeling hungry at all. Weight's already started going back down, leveling back out to where it's supposed to be, which is great. Awesome. I feel really good about that. So, I'm looking forward to the next few weeks of really pushing. Training's feeling great. Hit PR on log yesterday. Felt super easy. Squat felt great. So everything's feeling awesome. Anyway, that's the update for today. I'll see you guys again when I eat my other meals and when I go for my walks and the mobility stuff. But have a good one. All right, time for meal 2. I'm supposed to eat this at 1. It's about 12:20. I got a client at 1. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eat earlier. So I got chicken and rice, 275 grams of rice cooked, 215 grams of chicken. Threw a little bit of butter in here to get my fat content up where I need it to be. And a little bit of butter on rice is super good if you haven't done it. But I'm going to literally eat 2 more of this today. So I'm gonna eat this 3 times today, except the last one of the day doesn't have the butter added to it. So you'll see just some repeated shots of this chicken and rice meal. It's super delicious. I just buy the yellow rice already ready to go. I just cook it, add the water, cook it. This is some of that chicken I grilled yesterday afternoon. Just chopped it up to the portion size that I need, threw it in the thing. Reheats well, tastes really good, goes down really easy. So I'm gonna eat this. Hopefully I can get this done in time, go for a short little 10-minute walk before my client comes in. And then I'll hopefully be able to fit in some longer walks and my mobility stretching later in the day. That's the goal. So I'm gonna dig right into this. I'm actually pretty hungry. Just finished up with work. It's 7 p.m. I'm gonna be heading home for the night. I've got one more meal. It is the same chicken and rice that I had for meal 2. Meal 3 was the same. I forgot to take a video of it. The only difference with meal 4, this 4th meal, than meal 2 and meal 3 is I don't have any of the butter added. So it was 275 grams of rice, 215 grams of chicken cooked, and then 5 grams of butter. I have this garlic herb spread or whatever that I threw in there. That was meals 2 and 3. Meal 4 is the same minus the butter. So I'm gonna eat that when I go home, and that'll be it for the day. I'll probably get a walk in tonight with my fiance when she comes home, but she's at work today. So when she gets home, we'll probably go for a walk. We usually do, but I won't be filming for any of that or anything. So, but otherwise, I'll see you guys in the morning. We got another lifting day tomorrow. Food will be a little bit different tomorrow because carbs will be up a little bit higher since it is a workout day. The calories are going to be up a little bit. But anyways, this is probably it for the night. See you guys tomorrow. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday. Time to work out. I got my clients all done this morning. I'm 2 meals in. Our workout today, we got speed log and then B accessories, which ends up being all upper body. Because of my rotating schedule with the accessories, sometimes I'll have a little bit of lower body thrown in there, but today ends up being all upper body. Speed log first, then all my accessories. So I'm warmed up, pre-workouts in my system, done my walk, all that stuff. Just gonna jump right into it. Happy Thursday, everybody. Week's almost over. Let's keep pushing. What's up, everybody? It's Friday. Haven't filmed much this morning or anything like that. Was running around doing some errands, working. Just finished up work. Gonna get a workout in. We got deadlift today. Let me actually tell you exactly what we got today. We've got today, week 3. Okay, I got my volume deadlift. So I'm gonna warm up and then go for one set at 70%, max reps in 60 seconds on the frame. And I've also got volume log today. So it's the same thing, one set, 60 seconds. We're going 85% on the log today though. So it's a little bit heavier. The wave on the log is ahead because I do it 3 times a week instead of once a week, right? So it progresses a little faster. So that's the main work for today. For the accessories, I have got dumbbell curls, a rice bucket, calf raises, hack squat, leg curls. So a little bit of legs, a little bit of arms. So anyway, I'm gonna get pre-workout mixed up. I'm gonna get the details of the workout written down in my notebook, and then we're gonna jump right into it and kick this weekend off great. Oh, I got on my head. Kick this weekend off great. It's been a good week. It's been a tiring week. I'm real tired. I'm glad it's the weekend, but I'm looking forward to a weekend of being able to get some stuff done around the house, relax a little bit, get a lot of meal prep in. Diet has felt good this week with the changes that I made. By changes meaning actually dieting and following a structure. It's felt good. It's felt pretty good this week. I did realize I didn't buy nearly enough food to prep the amount that I need. So easy. I'll just buy more of those things this week when I go. So we'll be doing that this weekend. But that's pretty much it. It's been a good week. But I'm glad it's over. I'm tired. So I'm going to get this all figured out. I am gonna get pre-workout mixed up, and then see you guys in the workout. Just got back to the house after working out. Had to cut a little bit short. I started feeling a little lightheaded and kind of nauseous and stuff near the end of the accessory stuff. I felt pretty good through all the main work. It was just near the end of the accessory stuff it really started catching up with me. Couple things it could be. I didn't sleep great last night. I'm behind on meals, so that it could be that. This also is my accessories wave over like a 3-week kind of wave. They increase, and this was the end of that 3rd week, so it's the highest amount of sets and reps, and was really gassing me out on top of all the other work. Maybe I'm getting sick, who knows? I feel fine otherwise, so I don't think it's that. I hope it's not that, but maybe it's, but wasn't feeling great. Got the main work done and just realized I was just going through the motions. All I was doing was really digging myself a hole of exhaustion. I wasn't really getting really effective work out of what I was doing, so I decided to cut it a little short. Coming home, I'm done for the day. I've got event day tomorrow later in the morning, so I'm gonna spend the rest of the day. I'm gonna eat some good food. I'm gonna rest up, make sure I get a lot of sleep tonight, so then tomorrow I'll be able to hammer the event day in the morning and hopefully be feeling really great for that and ready to go for that. And see if I can feel a little bit better. But sometimes, you know, that's what happens. You just don't feel great. It's important to be able to figure out, you know, am I just being a wimp and do I need to push through, or am I really not feeling good? And so at first I was thinking, you know, I'm just trying to find an excuse to not do it. But as it kept going, I was like, no, I'm really not feeling good. I don't think this work's going to be effective. I think it's going to exhaust me more than it actually benefits me. So that's why I decided to cut a little bit short. But as long as we have more good days than bad days, it's okay for that to happen every once in a while. It's important to listen to your body, because the goal, especially if you're a competitive athlete, the goal is the competition. The goal is not the individual day in training. The training is to help you be better for the competition. And while I am a ways out, it is important to listen to my body. It's not going to serve me well to drive myself into a hole. Maybe I am getting sick, or maybe something else is going on. If I drive myself into a hole and then I can't train for a week, that would set me more behind than just cutting this workout in half. So it has been years and years of me doing this. I'm pretty in tune with my body. Drop the phone. Pretty in tune with my body. I'm pretty honest with myself about whether I'm being a wimp or whether I, you know, actually need to, you know, cut something out. So decided to, you know, take a break and rest up a little bit. If I have to, I'll skip the event day tomorrow. And I don't want to. I want to do it. But if I need to, I will skip the event day tomorrow and rest if necessary. But hopefully, if I get good meals in me, get a good breakfast in tomorrow morning before the workout, I should be feeling good and I should be able to do it just fine. But we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good end to your week. It's Friday. Thank God. I'm ready to be done for the week and off for the weekend. So see you guys probably tomorrow. I mean, if I do something interesting food-wise, I'll film it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys at the workout tomorrow. Peace.